Well, good morning. I've decided to take things into my own hands a little bit in terms of how I've been feeling. I did a video the other day. It was talking about feeling a bit depressed and everything else. So late that day, I sort of sat down and looked at things a little bit and thought, why have I gone from sort of feeling good to feeling bad about stuff and the way I used to feel? And so I remember some time ago, I did what was called a ketogenic diet. And that was the main thing that helped me learn to manage and deal with my PTSD, which I was suffering with quite badly at the time. Now I've tried the ketogenic diet a couple of times since, but I haven't had much success in getting back into it. But that was because of certain medications which I've been prescribed. So I've been those medications. I did do some time ago. So I decided really I wanted to kickstart this again properly. So I'm just coming out of a 36-hour fast now. And I must admit, I've woke up this morning. I think I've got a couple of hours left to go on it. And I do feel really good. I don't feel hungry. I don't feel fatigued. I don't feel overly tired or anything. But I do feel good. I feel light. The body feels quite good. Body feels strong. And my mindset's a lot better. I'm not feeling that sort of brain fog, which I normally feel. Slept well. So I must admit, yesterday was quite a longish day. Not eating at all. I think the last thing I had to eat was 9 o'clock the night before. And I just had a couple of digestive biscuits for supper. And that would have been around about 9 o'clock. So I got up next morning, just had a normal glass of water, which I have when I get up in any case, and decided I'm going to go on a fast for 36 hours. So that's going to take me up till 9 o'clock this morning. So yesterday, all I had was black coffee, water, and nothing else. And I went through a period of time, I was having those sort of hunger pangs, especially around about dinner time yesterday. I was thinking, yeah, God, I need something to eat now. Is this any good for me? But I kept going, and I'm glad I did. And I went to bed last night. Again, I felt a bit hungry, and I thought, well, I know if I'm hungry, I can't sleep. But I did. And before bed, I had a good glass of water to sort of fill me up. But this morning, I must admit, I feel great. Now, that doesn't say or mean I'm in a ketogenic state yet. However, by starting with a fast, does mean that I'm going to be lowering my glycogen stores in my body. That's where insulin has converted glucose into fat. And the medical term, if you want to call it a medical term, for that fat which has been converted into glucose and stored is called glycogen. And it's mainly stored by the liver, but also it's stored everywhere on the body. Visceral fat and everything else. So the 36-hour fast is a way of sort of triggering the process to start using up those glycogen stores. Now, the other thing here is I'm a type 2 diabetic, and I have to take insulin. But I haven't taken any insulin at all. And the ironic thing is, with not taking insulin, and also not having any food, my blood glucose levels have stayed around about 9 to 10. They haven't altered at all. So what that is, that's telling me that I am using glycogen. I'm burning glycogen off, because otherwise my blood sugars would be low. But, I did a bit more research yesterday, and the problem is the insulin itself. Having too much insulin going around. Because I'm insulin resistant, that insulin doesn't get used up. And that causes inflammation. Because of insulin resistance as well, means you've got more insulin running around the body. Which is added to the glycogen stores, especially around the mid-belly. And there's a lot of silly telltale signs. I mean, I've got skin tags, which is a main marker for insulin resistance. I've lost most of the hairs on my legs, which again is another marker. It starts really from the feet upwards. Come on, silly squirrel. What about that? And yeah, I certainly had a lot of the brain fog. My eyesight's getting worse and worse. But again, these are all markers. Now, I must admit, I woke up this morning, and even though it's very early days, only 36 hours in, I can see things a lot better. Things seem a little bit clearer. My mind feels a bit crisper. Come here. Go on. And my mood seems better. And the problem is with insulin and its glycogen, it stores crap all over your body. So I've got to clean those out. And I've been taking some antioxidants. But as I found out, those antioxidants I take as a supplement won't really do a lot, because it's getting them out of your body. And to do that, you need ketones. Go on, Peggy. So, my decision is today is I'm going to do a fast once a week. A 36-hour fast. And I think I'm going to start doing that from a Sunday. To say, I'm not going to be eating any more meals after 6 o'clock at night time. So that's one of the bad things. No matter who you are, no matter what diet you have or take, because that's going to raise insulin overnight, and you don't want that. So from now on, no more eating after 6 o'clock at night. So I'm going to start my fasting from 6 o'clock on a Sunday night, take it through 24 hours. So that's no eating on the Monday, be a fast, and then take it through then to the Tuesday morning at 6 o'clock. And I'm doing that really to stir metabolism up a bit, to trigger more ketones. To be released. And I'm going to do the ketogenic diet as well. Come on. Come on, this way. Make it this way. Come on. Come on. Come on. Good boy, go on. Go on. So another little doggy's having a walk. And my aim is to keep the carbohydrate intake down to under 20 grams a day. Okay, which is going to be quite a hard keto diet. I'm going to need to do that until I'm producing ketones indefinitely. Okay, with having diabetes now for several decades. Obviously all the glycogen and everything else has just been building up, and I've got to crack into that. That's the key to cracking open this problem. And it can take months to do. Because my body's got used to using the main store of fat as glucose and glycogen. And I've got to break those down. And I've got to train my body now to use ketones as my main source of fuel for my body, my brain, my muscles, mitochondria. Come on. And everything else. I know a lot of people say, oh, it's not a sustainable diet, it's not this, it's not that. But research is coming out from places like John Hopkins, other places, in that that's wrong. It's been known for quite a while, but the medical profession refused to accept it because it means if you're doing it naturally through foods, come on, you're not being able to give a prescription and make money. And you've got to remember that medical doctors and stuff like this are put through medical college, and they're supported mainly by the pharmaceutical industry. So very often, information they need is not really taught to them properly, or may be taught incorrectly. And so a doctor, a GP, whoever will feel they're giving you the best advice based on what they've been taught. So you can't blame the doctors. I think some doctors know. You know, these aren't meant to be stupid people. Pagan, come on, good boy. But they just can't do it because they're worried that the medical license will be taken off them if they don't follow set protocols. I think for me, you know, if a doctor sort of knows this in the back of their mind, that the information or the advice they're given is not the best for your health, and that in itself should make them liable. But of course, it's all one big industry. They've got the law and everything else in their pocket. And there's a lot of misleading information out there. I mean, I did a keto diet before. I did it for about 1.5 years, 2 years. And during that time, I could see my abs. I was feeling great. I come off most of my medications. I literally went from being couch potato, and I was given opiates because of the side effects of other medications. I was just self-induced zombie from the medications I was having. I remember I got it one day, I thought enough's enough, and I just threw the whole lot away. I went onto the keto diet. I was just a little bit younger then, and it was a little bit easier. But I stayed like that for ages, and I felt really good on it. What tree going, Peggy? Good boy. To be honest, I don't know why I ever come off it. Yeah, it can be restrictive. But it's just a case of being a little bit, this way, Peggy, a little bit disciplined. And I'm lucky, you know. I am the sort of person who can eat the same food day in, day out. So, you know, for me the keto diet isn't really a problem. So my main staple food is going to be eggs. Eggs, oily fish, get some proper, decent food in me. I have nothing processed. If I do have any carbs, they're going to be whole foods. Things like steamed vegetables, maybe, which would be spinach, kale, and other stuff. Good Peggy. Sprouts, you know, good vegetables. Come on, come on. It'll be things like cold press olive oil, which isn't too old, comes in a darkened tin or bottle, so light hasn't affected it, so I'm getting all the good stuff. Good one, good boy. Eggs. The way I do my eggs is going to change as well. Okay, because if an egg's to be beneficial in terms of its nutrients, you want an egg that is runny, or the yolk at least is runny. And they're going to be sourced pasture-fed chicken eggs. Because again, how a chicken is raised depends on the type of eggs that you're going to get. So yes, it may, Pagan, come on, may cost me a little bit more. But for the nutrition value, it has to be worth it. Things like belly pork, chicken, fish. Gonna be getting sardines in olive oil and mackerel in olive oil. Gonna drop all the bad carbs. No more packet rice. I don't eat them that often, but no more chips. Pagan, come on. No pasta, I don't eat that often in any case. And I've got to restrict my diet down. So that it's no more than 20 grams of carbs a day. Now just to give you an example, 20 grams of carbs is equivalent to one piece of bread. So it doesn't give you much in terms of carbs you can take. And bear in mind, that's on a daily basis. So, if I have, say, poached eggs, I'm going to have 4 poached eggs in the morning, or boiled eggs, where the yolk is still soft. Come on, Peggy. I might be able to have a tablespoon of tomatoes with it. Might be able to have some bacon with it. Sausages are hard to find because they're full of other stuff, fillers. So I might be able to source some decent sausages from somewhere. It's going to be difficult, but I think it's going to be a bit cheaper as well in terms of what I'm getting. Because at the moment I do my shop and I think, oh, what should I have? Should I have this? Should I have that? Before you know it, your shopping cart's full of crap and it's cost you 60, 70 quid, and half of it doesn't really go with anything. So it can make it worse. So yeah, it's going to mean buying quite a lot of eggs. And especially if they're going to be decent eggs. And if we're going to buy decent olive oil, it's not cheap. But it makes a difference. So for what I'm going to be saving, in terms of not buying crap, going to better foods. Use my local butchers up the road. Because you can't tell what's going in supermarket food. Where you go to butchers, it is what it is. I can have things like mince. And then, I could include things which are good, like spices. Cayenne pepper, ginger, turmeric. And get them into a system in other ways, as opposed to a smoothie. So yeah, I'm looking forward to doing it. I know it's going to be a week or two of probably feeling a bit rough, feeling a bit off, as my body starts to switch into ketogenic mode. But once you're there, the way you feel is so much better. So I want to thank you for watching the video, and I'll keep you up to date with how things are going and how I'm feeling. So thanks for watching. Don't forget, give us a subscribe, give us a like if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.